YouTube! What is going on, y'all? It's your boy Young Texas, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. As a fan of the CDL, the Call of Duty League, I have been waiting for some information regarding the start of the 2023 Call of Duty year with the release of Modern Warfare 2. Now, given the fact that Modern Warfare 2 is going to be a 2-year Call of Duty, there was a lot of questions regarding how that would work with the CDL. Would we be seeing a 2-year CDL season, or would we be seeing 2 separate seasons within Modern Warfare 2? It would seem that most of that has now been answered, as earlier today the CDL released information regarding the entirety of the 2023 CDL season. One of the biggest complaints that people have had about the CDL in the past is how long it took for the CDL season to get started after the release of the game. However, this year the CDL is starting earlier than ever before. Starting on December 2nd, just 35 days after the release of Modern Warfare 2, the CDL season kicks off with 2 weeks of qualifiers leading into the first major. Major 1 is going to be held in Raleigh, North Carolina, running from December 15th to 18th, and this is going to be a ProAm Major, the only ProAm Major of the year, meaning that you will see both professional teams and the top challenger teams competing. There will also be a Challengers Open on site that is going to really showcase the top challengers teams going into the Modern Warfare 2 year, which is a great step forward for the amateur community. For the pro teams that are competing in the Pro-Am, CDL points will also be on the line, and it is an official major. It's not just like a kickoff like we saw last year. This is an official major. Looking forward to Major 2, although there is no confirmed date on that yet. We do know that it is being hosted by the Boston Breach, so this will be the second time the Breach have hosted a major, as Major 4 last year was kind of a split host between the New York Subliners and the Boston Breach, but it was held in New York, so for the very first time, the Boston Breach will actually be hosting their own major. Going on to Major 3, it is no surprise that the CDL will be returning to Texas, as Optic Texas will be hosting yet another CDL major, presumably at the Esports Stadium in Arlington. Now that is going to be incredibly exciting, and as a fan of Optic Texas myself, I can't wait to see that. Major 4 is also being hosted by an individual team, and yet again, the CDL returns to the Big Apple, as the New York Subliners will be hosting a major again this year. And you know, New York did it up pretty good last year. They had a really good event, very fan interactive, so really looking forward to seeing how they do it up this year. Now, there are 5 majors this year for the CDL outside of COD Champs, but COD Champs and Major 5 have yet to be announced as far as where they are going to be, so that leaves some speculation, and some people have been talking, some people have been speculating, like I said, about where these events are going to be held. First and foremost, let's look at Major 5. Now, there are, in my head, 2 cities that really stand out that could be the host, maybe even 3, but the third one is a little bit more likely to be a Champs location, but I'll touch on that when we get to it. So it is quite likely that Major 5 is either going to be held in Toronto. Now, the Toronto event last year was phenomenal. I was actually able to attend that event in person, and it was a great event. There was a lot of things for fans to do. It was great CDL action. The crowd atmosphere was phenomenal. So it's quite possible we see a return to Toronto, or on the other hand, we see the CDL go to London. The Royal Ravens have yet to host anything regarding CDL, so it's quite possible we see an event overseas this year. Now, what is also quite possible for the location for Major 5, but again, like I said, I'm leaning towards this more for Champs, is Las Vegas. Now, Vegas is the newest host city for the CDL, or not host city, it's the newest city being represented in the CDL, as the Paris Legion officially relocated to Las Vegas. It's possible that we see Vegas as the host city for the 5th and final major, but it's also quite possible that we see Vegas as the host city for Champs. Now, for Champs, I'm thinking it's either Vegas or it's going to be LA again, because LA always has really good events, but that is yet to be seen. Either way, I think this year is going to be a huge year for the CDL, with all of these amazing host cities going to be put to the test to put on a really good event, and hopefully Major 5. I'd like to see it in Toronto. That's just me being a little bit selfish, but also looking forward to champs, where that's going to be. It's going to be a big year, and I'm happy that it's getting started earlier than ever. But yeah, guys, that is effectively going to wrap up today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to drop a like and comment on it down below. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell to turn on those notifications so you never miss any of my daily uploads. Also, drop down in the comments which event you're most excited about and if you plan on attending a CDL event this year. For even more from me, be sure to check out the links in the description below to connect with me on all of my social media so you never miss any of my content. Also, for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news, Incel, and so much more, be sure to use the links in the description below to connect with IPC on all of our social medias as well as our website. But other than that, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and that's been it. Peace.